Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the United Kingdom, and today I'm working with the fabulous butterfly bijou paper, which you can see here, and this is part of a limited release set of papers that go with an early release from the new May catalogue. So these are the papers here. You see obviously butterfly themed, butterflies on one side, lovely designs on the opposite side. That's the card, my original card. Look, you see I was adding my bits to it. So butterflies on one side, overarching patterns on the other side. Super patterns, as you can see. And it's 6x6 paper, comes in a pack, 48 sheets, so you get 8 each of the designs, so lots and lots. And the big die that comes in the butterfly wings, brilliant wings, sorry, which is this die set here. So this die here cuts out all of the butterflies on that sheet with one pass through, so all of those in one go. And it also cuts out in one go all of the images in the stamp set as well. So the stamp set is called Butterfly Brilliance, and that single die cuts out all of those as well. So that's a single stamp. So you stamp once, die cut once, you've got lots of butterflies to play with. But I love the paper so much, and as it's only around for a little while, I thought we'd have a play with that instead. So this is the card here, and you'll see I've actually used one of the sentiments from the Sand and Sea suite, and it's just a variation on a kind of side fold suspension card, just a sort of hidden message, and then you could always write on a message on the back if you wanted to use it as a note card. On this one I added a panel of Whisper White. So I've used the speckle image from the Sand and Sea suite as well. And then these pieces of butterfly are from the side edges. So once you've cut out your big butterfly, you will find you've got some images down the side, little bits of wings. So I've just used those to decorate it as well. So let's have a go. Okay. So to start off with then, so that's my original one. I thought I'd use sort of some of the green tones, as you probably gathered from that I've got bits of green on there. And it doesn't use very much card at all. So I thought I'd use this paper here. And this goes everywhere from the sort of mint macaron and just jade all the way through to the magenta madness. So I thought I'd start off with a piece of just jade. So that is 14.5 by 10.5 centimetres. And then our layer is 14 by 10. And to create the little side panel, I've just taken a small piece of card, which is 11.5 by 5 centimetres, and I've just scored that at 1 centimetre on the end. And I'm just going to just trim a little bit away from the edge there, and then I'm going to add that to my card base. So just score that well, and just add some adhesive to the front there, and pop that on the side of the card, just lining that up. And once that's in place, we can then add our layer of DSP, designer series paper. I suppose DSP could be double-sided paper as well, but in Stampin' Up we call it designer series paper. And then that obviously covers up that little join on the top there. So far, as you can see, really easy to do. What I then thought was I wanted some paper. Now with this one I wasn't kind of 100% happy with it. I felt that perhaps butterfly was a little bit dominant. So I actually went for this one on here because it kind of echoed the grading of colour. So again, we're going from the just jade down to the pinks, and on this piece of paper we're going from in that same direction. It's the same gradient of colour. You know what it's like, sometimes you just, things just don't quite work as well as you'd like. So there we go. So it just adds a little bit of contrast to it. Now we've then got the layer for the front. So this layer for the front here is 10.5 by 6.5 centimetres. So it gives a sort of 2 centimetre border all the way around. And then I've got a layer of Whisper White to go onto that, which I've obviously cut wrong there. That's the one. That's the one for underneath. So this is 9.5 by 6 centimetres. And then a piece to go underneath, slightly smaller so that it fits in. Just need to trim that by 0.5 centimetre. Again, so this one needs to be 9 by 5.5. So what I'm going to do now is create my panel. So I'm not going to put that on there until it's sort of created. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got one of my butterflies which is die cut. Now with these, if you want to, you could put a dimensional behind these to stop them going completely flat. That's one way of working with it. So pop a bit of glue down the centre. And what I mean is by adding a dimensional to the kind of middle of each of those, it will help support those wings and create that dimension. So I'm going to put the butterfly centrally, then add my sort of sprinkles. So as you can see, it kind of looks a bit uninteresting when you just have put it on flat. But then if you just add this little sprinkle, you'll be surprised how that kind of lifts the design all the way around. So, I'll add a little more just in this corner here. And you can see that sort of just adds a little bit of framing to it. And as I said, what you've got then are from around the sides are a couple of butterflies where they're sort of partially cut. And so all I'm going to do is just trim up those with my snips. I've partially done those, but you can see just come around. Now, if you know, if you've already got dies and things, you might, you could cut these butterflies out by hand. But I have to say the detail butterflies that come with it are so lovely. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that up in that top corner, and that one I'm going to trim those away a little bit because they're quite big in comparison to the smaller pink butterflies I had. So what I'm going to do is just same idea, but I'm not going to have a whole wing. So I'm just going to pop that one there and this one in the top corner, lining them up on the outside edge. And then I'm going to just snip that away from the reverse. Like so. And then I can add that panel to my Just Jade layer that I've got. Hoping that I actually stamped on the right one. I have, that's good. So this panel here is then going to go centrally onto there. So you only want some adhesive on the left hand side here. So you can use obviously Tombow, or you can use Stampin' Seal Plus. I would personally use Tombow because it gives me that bit of wiggle room to kind of line it up. So as I said, just have a look and make sure you're happy with the border. You could measure it if you wanted to, but you don't need to. You can just eyeball that. Okay, and then all we need to do, and then all we need to do is just do a little bit of stamping for our sentiment, which I have put away. So I'm going to leave that. And all I would do then is I would just, again, centre, and I'm not going to do it now because I've got ink on that. I would centre my panel, so I'd stamp it and centre it, make sure I was kind of happy with where it was, and just make sure it was covered up by that panel, and then go in and add the greeting. What I might also do is with this one is actually keep it fairly blank until I'm ready to gift it. But there you have a couple of really quick and easy butterfly bouquet, butterfly Brilliance, butterfly bijou paper cards that make the most of the paper, and as I say, really come together and just a little bit more interesting than a standard fold. So thanks for watching. If you'd like to purchase any of the products, pop along to my blog where you'll find all the links at flutterbyheidi.co.uk. Alternatively, if you click on the description bar below the video, if you're on YouTube, you will find all of the items are listed there, and if you click on that, that will take you through to my Stampin' Up shop, where I'd much appreciate it if you chose me as your demonstrator. So thanks for watching. Come back soon. Bye bye.